So at level 5 in this Good Foot Quest, developing your resilience, we're going to take a look at some of the techniques we can use. And following on from Tony Schwartz's thoughts about energy, how can we take some tactics to begin to develop our resilience? Well, here we go. Schwartz looks at energy quadrants, positive energy, negative energy. The positive is the good feelings, the good sense. The negative is fearfulness, and whether that is high in intensity or low in intensity. So high energy, positive energy, negative energy, high and low negatives. So where would you imagine we need to be is the question in order to be resilient? Well, in the high and positive energy, that's what we might call the performance zone. You can see the survival and the burnout zones on the left there, and the recovery zone where we're positive, but we've just got low energy and we're just recovering. And of course, what we want is calm, optimism, challenging, confident, and we tend to focus on that as our goal, at the top right-hand quadrant as the goal. And we tend to look at the bottom right-hand quadrant as our goal for relaxing, holidays, weekends, evenings. That's when we're going to get the carefree and the mellow and the peaceful element of it. We definitely don't want those on the left, defensive, fearful, anxious, exhausted, etc. They're the zones where we're definitely going to get an erosion of our resilience. And positive resilience is built. Well, where is it built? And most would say in the performance zone. But here is Tony Schwartz's answer to that. Most resilience is built by moving between the performance and the recovery in a very, very mature and controlled fashion. So he'd recommend something like every 90 minutes, a 20-minute break. This is quite a big break if you think about it. For people working. Athletes, when they are highly performing, do not highly perform as part of their training. They train and then they take a rest break, they take a relaxing, they take a recovery time, then they come back. And Tony Schwartz says, our minds are very much the same. So part of resilience is entering a performance zone, but moving regularly to a recovery zone, which might just be a walk around the block. It might just be go to a coffee shop. It might be go read a book for half an hour. But being able to recover is as much about performance as performance is about performance. So bring your recovery zone into your life, then that will build up the resilience. And I've mentioned every 90 to 120 minutes, a significant break from concentrating on one thing will certainly help with this and will help with resilience. Resilience is undermined by living to the left, the burnout and the survival. So we need to push ourselves to the right and take measures to make that work. How do we do that? The 4S approach by Gomezi was very, very useful. I think when I was looking at this with myself and with others in examining, well, how do I develop resilience and resistance to dilemmas that have conventionally got me down? Here we go. Look at self. What effects did the stress event have? What encourages my confidence? What coping strategies worked in the past for me or others? Where do I go to get support? It's the self, the strategies, and the support, which together give a route and a roadmap out of being burnt out or out of being exhausted into a more resilient place. But here is the key. The key is, what solutions could I consider that I have not considered before? The whole approach of resilience, as we have mentioned, is the ability to change mindset, to change approach. So if anything from this quest in building resilience, take this message away, which is, I have thought processes, I need to change them. What mechanisms could I use that I haven't used before? And how do I build my 4 energies, move myself to performance zone and in and out of performance and recovery? How do I do that? I need to change the way I think, and I need to change the strategies and try strategies I have not tried before.